Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. It's been a little while since I did another video, so I figured I better go ahead and jump in here before the end of the year gets here and we kind of leave myself in the dust. So, we're back with another G.I. Joe review today. Today we are looking at the G.I. Joe 2-pack of the Arctic Ambush from the 50th anniversary line, featuring Snow Job and the Arctic B.A.T. This set was one of the first 2-packs that came out in the 50th anniversary line. I don't know why I'm just now getting to it, but I haven't got to it yet, so pretty much that's why we're doing it today. This is pretty much the last of the 2-packs that we've not looked at yet, so figured this would be a good time. It is kind of winter here, though you wouldn't know it by looking outside. It's been raining the entire week, so not a very good way to start Christmas, but could be worse, so we're alright with that. But we've got a 2-pack to look at, so I'm going to unbox this thing. We'll take a look at the figures, all the accessories, and do a quick review of it. But yeah, it's a very cool looking set and the package, so it's got that much going for it at least. So here we have the G.I. Joe 50th Anniversary Arctic Ambush, featuring Snow Job and the Arctic B.A.T. Pretty standard packaging for the G.I. Joe 50th Anniversary line. Should be pretty much what you're expecting to see. The back has the 2 file cards. Nothing special here. But the 50th Anniversary packaging is pretty nice. But if you've seen one, you've seen all of them, so no big qualms there. So I have my X-Acto knife, and we're just going to go ahead and cut this thing open. So you can go ahead and clip out the file cards if you want. Otherwise, this stuff goes to the recycling bin. Still kind of cool though, but that's pretty much all it is. Yeah. And now we have them out of the package here, and we start looking at them. So we have our 2 figure stands here. If I can hold on to them. The Arctic B.A.T. and Snow Job. The G.I. Joe one has this nice kind of gold painted logo, and the Cobra one has also the Cobra signal painted on with gold. Pretty much standard for the 50th anniversary line. They are still cool though. So a lot of accessories that come with this thing, so we're just going to go ahead and start on the right side, my right side anyways, and just work our way to the left. Just pop all this stuff out. We have the cool backpack with the accessories put into it. An extra hand. I don't know what the devil this thing is, but there's that thing. Cool gun. Two of these ice climbing hook things. The figure itself, very cool looking. This big old machine gun, an extra head for the bat, and an extra chest piece for the bat. That's all the bat figure and accessories. We'll move on to Snow Job here. And he has these two pretty cool looking ski poles. Gas can. His ghillie suit. I guess that's what that is. The figure itself with his big old rifle. This big old ice hook, climbing hook, whatever you want to call it. This thing here, which I'm not sure what it is, but we'll look at it in a few minutes. A cell phone, walkie-talkie, his backpack with an antenna on it, and on the back is where you'll find the skis, and they just slide out pretty easily here, but you do have to flip the packaging over to get to those. So that's everything we got. More recycling stuff. So here are all the figures and accessories that come in this pack. A lot of cool stuff in here. Pretty awesome. Lots and lots of cool stuff here. So we'll go ahead and zoom in on these things and take a look at these individually and take a look at all the accessories, and we'll go from there. So up first we have the very cool Arctic B.A.T. The sculpt on this thing is pretty awesome looking, just to let you know up front. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I mean, it is just a repainted bat, but I've always enjoyed these bat figures. They're just really cool looking. So this particular one has the Arctic camouflage motif going on and some really nice silver highlights. A lot of cool just things all the way around. To note to begin with, he does have a pistol that is removable, I think. Yes, it's removable. So, cool sidearm. There is this little peg thing on his holster that just popped off when I took the gun out, but it just pegs back into his belt like that. So when you're moving his leg, you probably will notice that that thing has a tendency to pop off pretty easily, but just pop it back on, it's fine. So he's got a cool pistol that fits into his holster fairly easily, and it won't come out easily, so that's always a plus. He has, the standard articulation points, shoulders, all that good stuff. Rotator at the elbow, and then elbow joint itself. Then he's got this really cool looking claw that's also rotatable pretty much all the way around, and it's articulated. That is very cool. The head that comes standard on this is the battle damaged head. As you can see, it's got like a big piece knocked out of it, and you can see the cyborg eye in there, which is kind of a cool touch. Leg articulation is pretty standard for the figure line, nothing you haven't seen before. Double knee joints, articulation at the ankle, and all that good stuff. He does have a waist ab crunch kind of feature. He doesn't move a whole lot at the ab though, but it does at least give you movement in the waist, so that's cool. I like it. So the cool feature about these bats is that their arms are interchangeable, so you basically just grab them and pull them apart, and you can swap out for these other pieces that he has. So he's got on his backpack this big blowtorch thing and you just kind of snap it in place, and now you've got a whole nother arm attachment that he can do whatever he wants to with. That is a very cool feature of these bats. So we'll pop that thing back off and stick it back where we got it. The arm piece that comes with it, so let's put his right arm back on here. Then you can pop off his other arm, and one of his accessories is his other fist. So you just put it on there, and it just snaps in place, and now you have two hands on the bat, which looks very much like the Terminator arms. So that's not a bad thing, if you ask me. I like the Terminator, so. Now you can draw his pistol and shoot it and everything like that, so that makes a little bit more sense. Other accessories while we're here, the second head is a non-battle damaged head. And all you gotta do is just grab it and pop the battle damaged head off. Whoop, and just stick the other one in place until it snaps. Like so, and you have a normal battle android trooper. Very cool. The other interchangeable piece we have here is this blue piece. It is the battle damaged front plate for his chest here. So all you got to do is just kind of stick your fingernail under here and latch onto that, and it pops off. But for some reason I can't get my nail under there. So we're going to take an X-Acto knife and see if we can work it in there. There we almost go. It's a little hard to get off, but just pop straight off. You can take the blue one now and put it back in place of that one. There are these two little peg holes in his chest, and there are two little pegs on each of these covers. So you just line them up and pop them into place, and now you have more battle damage on your android trooper. So very cool looking. The blue piece comes off a lot easier because you can get your knife or whatever under the edge of that that's broken. Pop it out really easily and replace it with the clear unbattle damaged version if you would like. Just kind of line those tabs up with the tab holders and should fit in there just easy, like so. He does have these grenades on his side. They are kind of molded in there, and it is a separate piece, but it doesn't really move out of the way too easily, so it's not meant to be removable. But yeah, there is the Bat figure. Very cool looking. I do kind of like the non-battle damage to begin with. And then if you're doing dioramas or anything like that, you can swap it out for the battle damage ones. But for me, I really like just the way the clean version looks. So I probably will end up sticking with that. Moving on to the accessories. Again, we've already looked at this arm attachment. It is cool though because it is articulated and clamps down. It's kind of like Trapjaw's arm. Then we have this weird, whatever the devil this thing is, we'll call it a, I don't know what it is, but it's there anyways. Then we've got his backpack, which has two separate accessories built into it. One of them is this cool looking drill, and then we got this cool little welding torch or whatever it is. Excuse me. So those are cool, and any of the rest of these, they will actually fit into the backpack as well. So unfortunately there's only two pegs on the thing, So you can only store 2 accessories, and it comes with 3 if you're using 2 in its actual arm sockets. So all in all, you get 5 of these, but only space to hold 4, so you're going to have to do something with this third one. You can take the clamp piece out and just have him clamp it in place, and that way you can hold all of them. But then the backpack itself just fits into the peg in the back, and it does not go on there very far, but it holds it in place very easily, and it's not very difficult to get on or off, unlike some of the figures we've had in the past. So that's cool. Then he does have this really cool blaster, which looks like it's got some Arctic wrappings on it. I don't know why they did that, but they did. So it's there. It looks pretty cool. Stick it in his hand, he can hold the weapon pretty easily. And it's a nice complement to the Arctic theme with the white bandage wrap around it. Though I don't know why a bat would need to have a bandage or anything like that, but don't care. Then we will move on. We've got these cool ice hook things. They also fit pretty easily into his hands, although as you just noticed, he can't hold them very well. The hand itself doesn't grasp them very well, but you can kind of get it to sit in there and hold it. His secondary arm, his left hand, is a whole lot tighter, so it holds it very well, as you can see here. So if you're going to be using that, probably just use the left hand and don't have to worry about it. But he's an android. I don't know why he would need those extra picks. He could just clamp on, but we're not here to argue semantics here. We're just looking at the figure. So cool ice hooks. Then the last accessory for the bat is this very cool heavy machine gun. It has a bipod on the front that is movable. Swings out and about. It has a cool magazine clip that I thought would be removable, but yep, it's removable. It just pops off and it's got this little tab piece on it. And it's kind of nice because it's kind of molded into the point of it's got the bullets coming out of it. And when you attach it there, it does look like the bullets are feeding into the rifle pretty nicely, so that's cool. And if you want to, you can always flip it around the other way and do it this way if you like. So whichever one you like best. The bad part is it looks like the bullets themselves are actually going in the wrong way, unless you flip it like this. So if you put the bullets feeding in from the left side, they look correct. But then you put it in his hand and he holds the rifle very easily. It's not loose or anything like that. So yeah, very cool looking. A lot of cool accessories. And here we have Snow Job. Very cool looking figure. So his big rifle that he has, he does have one of those clear rubber bands holding it on. So just kind of pull that thing off and toss it to the side and you're fine. So let's take a look at the gun first before we get to the figure, simply because I've got it in my hand. It's a cool looking rifle. It does have a bipod on the front that does move and pops off pretty easily. But it snaps on there pretty easily enough as well. Very cool looking gun. A large sniper rifle is what it looks like to me. So then the actual Snow Job figure itself, it's a cool. He's got this nice Arctic camo to complement the Arctic B.A.T that we have. Standard articulation. The oversized parka that he's got does somewhat limit articulation on this thing. And on mine at least, the legs are a little bit loose, but not too bad. But you can kind of see he flops around a little bit, so I don't know if they're all like this or just this one, but this one's pretty bad, but it's fine. So standard articulation, he's got a double knee joint. His feet are also very well articulated, although these large boot covers that he has on at the bottom of his leg do limit the articulation quite a bit, so you can't do a whole lot with it, but the articulation is there anyways. Shoulder joints are pretty much standard, no inhibited movement there. His elbow joint works pretty well, and it does swivel, so very nice there. Then wrist articulation is what we expect it to be as well. His head is limited in motion by this big heavy parka, but it doesn't limit it a whole lot, so you can still move it around a little bit, so you can look side to side if you need him to. Not much up and down motion, and his goggles are molded on, so you can't remove them, which is the only thing I don't really like about this one. But it's still a cool figure. Very nice little update to Mr. Snowjob here. It does have the 50th anniversary Joe symbol in this gold color on his parka there. So yeah, cool looking figure. A little bit of an issue with the articulation and some loose joints, but other than that, very nice. So let's go on and look at his accessories. Backpack. Very cool backpack. We've seen this in a couple of the other figures as well. It's got a lot of nice attachment points for other things. And this cool... so you can take all the rest of these accessories and kind of attach them so he can carry his ski poles on his backpack, etc., etc., etc. His skis also fit on his backpack, and they just snap onto these pegs. And voila, you've got all your cool accessories attached here. You can even take your gas can and stick it in place here somewhere. We'll put it down here on this side. So yeah, it's nice that it can fit all of that stuff on there. His radio can also fit on here. No place for his ice hook specifically, but you can always just kind of stick it in here, and it kind of fits in pretty much anywhere you want to, so it's still cool. This weird ghillie suit can just kind of stick in here and just kind of hang out like that if you wanted to. Then as far as attaching his backpack to him, just standard peg hooks that we have. You're liable to knock everything off as you're doing this, so you may want to put it on his back first and then attach all your gear. But it does fit even with this big large parka that he's got. The backpack fits very easily on there with no problem whatsoever, so that is cool. We've had a few too many of these figures that have issues with that. I'm glad this is not one of them. Let's move on and take a look at more of the accessories. So there's the backpack and the gun. He's got this really cool ice hook. Very nice details. It will fit in his hands pretty easily. And he holds it very well, so there's no slipping or anything like that, unlike the Arctic B.A.T. Either hand can grasp that very easily, no problem, so that's a cool accessory there. And then we got this thing here. which I still don't have any clue what the devil it is. I guess it's a mess kit. But one thing to note here is that it does have this weird articulated thing here, and the plastic on it is very fragile. I've only had it open once or twice, and it's already starting to show some stress points on that plastic. So this thing is going to break pretty easily. I guess it could be a landmine. Not really sure, but bear trap, probably not, because it's not really looking like a bear trap. But anyways, whatever it is, there it is. It does have a hole in the back, so you can snap it in place on one of these other points, I guess, if you need to. Again, I don't know what it is, so I don't know what you would want to do with it. So, gas can. It's pretty much the same gas can we've seen other places. It fits in his hand pretty well, so he can carry it around. So, yeah, nothing special about it. It's a gas can. It's cool looking, though. Ski poles. He's got 2 of them. It fits in his hands very well. You can also use them for climbing poles, I suppose. And for poking bears with them. You can joust, I guess, with them as well. Just slap people upside the head with them. Whatever you want them to do. But they fit in his hands very easily. No slipping or anything like that. And they also attach to the backpack without much of a problem. If you're attaching it to the backpack, though, you do have to attach it with the handles and not with the actual pole itself, which is somewhat counterintuitive. I would have thought you could attach it anywhere, but alas, only on the handles. But next up, we got these really cool skis. They are extremely long for a G.I. Joe figure, but they do fit on his feet pretty easily. You just pop into the peg holes on the bottom of the feet, like so. And he's able to stand on them pretty easily, ski on them, whatever you need them to do. There is a couple of these points up at the front. I'm just pointing them out because you can take these poles and kind of stick them in up at the front if you want to. They kind of work. I don't know if they're supposed to do that or not. And they don't actually work too well, but you can kind of use them. Well, I guess you can't use them that way. But it would have been cool if you could have just poked these in here and he could just left them there. But anyways, they are still cool. They do fit on the backpack really easily. And if you need to, you can hold them. So you can do all sorts of cool stuff with them. Pretty nice. So yeah, very cool. The last thing we have is whatever this cloth piece is. And it has just a regular rubber band on it. And it is just a simple blind. Mine has a little bit of a cut here at the top. And I don't know if that's intentional. Probably is, because there's another one back here. I'm assuming that since this is basically just a slightly changed color scheme for the Pursuit of Cobra version of Snow Job, maybe there was instructions on making a lean-to or something. I mean, I'm just guessing here, but you can take your ski poles and stick them in there and for your skis and stick them in those slots and make a lean-to if you want to. Other than that, I'm not really sure. It's a little bit odd of a cape, but you can use it as a cape as well. he gets really cold at night, he can, wrap up in it. All sorts of possibilities here. I just don't really know what they intended here, so I'm just speculating at this point. So, but whatever, it's still pretty cool. It's nice to have extra accessories, even if they don't seem to really have much reason to exist. But you just kind of roll it back up when you're done with it. And then just slide the rubber band over top of it, like so. And it's rolled up and easy to store. So, yep, there we go. There is the Snow Job figure and all of his accessories. A lot of cool stuff. You get a lot of bang for your buck out of this one. So overall, these two figures are pretty awesome. They do meld well together as a set. The Arctic camo kind of does well to kind of help that. Just for some comparison shots, we've got our handy dandy beachhead figure here from the original 25th line. And as you can see, scale wise, it fits right in scale with all the rest of these. So Snow Job, about the same height, a little bulkier, and the Cobra Bat is pretty much the same size, maybe just a tad taller, but yeah. So these two figures will fit right in line with the rest of your 25th anniversary, Pursuit of Cobra, Rise of Cobra, and on and on and on. 30th anniversary, whichever ones you are wanting to call it right now, but modern age G.I. Joe, how's that? So there we have the G.I. Joe 50th anniversary 2-pack Arctic Threat with the Arctic Bat and Snow Job. Overall, this is a very cool set. A lot of cool accessories. The bat is pretty awesome, as most bats are. The Snow Job figure has a few minor problems with articulation and some loose joints. The loose joints may be, just the one I have, so not going to knock too many points off for that. It's a shame, though. I will note that if you use these Protect cases for Snow Job, his keys do not fit in this thing. They stick out a little bit, about almost an inch on each side here. So if you're using those, you probably won't get much use out of it for this particular figure. But other than that, yeah. So it's a really awesome deal, actually. And since this is one of the first ones that came out in the 2-pack for the 50th anniversary, they evidently didn't sell very well, so you can usually find them for pretty cheap right now, clearance aisles and things like that. So if you happen to run across them for a good price, I would definitely recommend picking them up. It's an awesome set. Even if you can't find it on clearance, if you haven't picked it up yet, I would probably say go ahead and pick it up because it is a pretty awesome set. Color scheme works great. All the accessories are pretty awesome. So yeah, very cool looking. I like them. They're awesome. That's pretty much all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe below to our channel if you haven't already. Leave us some comments to let us know how things are going. If we made any mistakes on this thing, let us know. If you have any idea what the devil the little round disky thing and the little soup can looking thing is on this, let me know in the comments below. I'll be glad to let other people know that as well. Got a few new items coming down the pipe. I'm going to try to go ahead and finish up the 50th anniversary line soon with the starting with the 3-packs next, and then we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, and Yo Joe. Yo Joe. This guy ain't going to stand up, so happy hunting, and Yo Joe.